Hello, everyone, and welcome to Conference42. And thank you for attending my presentation on unlocking insights through incident management reports. My name is Andre. I work for Sporting Tech as an incident team leader, and report is part of my day-to-day. Weekly report, monthly reports, let's say internal reports, reports for stakeholders. So this is being not only in this on this current job, but previously also a big part of my work and actually a personal passion. So thank you so much for attending this presentation here with me. We're going to have a light presentation. We're going to talk about basically 6 points. The essence of incident management reports, mining insights from incident data, fueling platform improvements, customer-centric perspective, optimizing resource allocation, and enhancing incident reaction. So, as I said, very light presentation. We're just going to talk about overall topics here and how these incidents help incident management report, by saying, helps us achieve better platform and better customer satisfaction in the end of the day. So, first of all, we need to understand what is the incident cycle. This is the first step. So, incident cycle, we can divide it in 5 major steps. First, detection. What's going on. We identify an issue and we need to tackle it. And we pass to step number 2, investigation. Understand root cause and find out a way to mitigate or permanently fix it. Step 3, we are ready to fix the issue. We are fixing the issue and we're applying all the fixes, deploy new codes, do the necessary communicating with the stakeholders and clients that we are fixing the issue. 4-point recovery. Here is the part where we gonna monitor, basically. We recovered, we fixed the issue, we are recovering, we are seeing all different dashboards to understand the platform health, and we're gonna take care of all the actions that are left after an incident. See if there's something that needs to be revised and so on. 5th point is post-event activity, where we collect data along all the points. So this data increases from detection to recovery. And on point 5 is where we're going to analyze, and we're going to actually start here with our incident management reports, where we have data to see how we can improve all this incident cycle and our time for reaction and SLAs. For that, the incident management report can have a role, a purpose, and key metrics that they can differ company to company. So I just try to list here the ones that I consider the most important ones. For the role of the incident management report is to capture incidents, what's going on, how many, capture the information that happened during the month, to coordinate between teams for a better reaction in the future for same incidents or for new incidents, document all the process that we are dealing with and how we are working, and to prevent further incidents like this, so we can learn and prevent incidents to have a more reliable platform. The key metrics, and again, this can differ company by company. I'm just listing here the 4 ones that I think that are the most important ones, that are severity of the case, MTTR, time to resolve the case, SLOs, so the agreements that we have with our clients and internal or external SLOs, and frequency, how many times these things are happening and how many they are repetitive. So basically, this is what I consider the most important key metrics for the incident management reports. And we go on and we go step by step, month by month, and we are collecting data. Now, this data that we collect, again, will depend on the company. Some companies are going to focus more on the financial part, others on the report part. So this depends actually on the company that you're working for. So basically, month by month, here the idea is you collect affected services, you collect quantities, you can collect quantity of incidents happening, you can collect how long was or how was the SLA, how long it was to resolve the different issues, the average to mitigate an issue, and so on. So here is going to differ again, as I said, company by company, but the idea here is you month by month you collect information, day by day. Even in one single incident, as mentioned previously, you can collect data on different steps of it. And now we have data. We collected data. And now we need to understand what are we going to do with this data. So data per se doesn't say anything. It's just random numbers, texts, for not even formulas yet, just we don't know what's going on there. So the data, to be able to, for us to work with the data, we need to basically first, we need to clean the data. We need to revise all the data, understand that if there's any typos, making sure that all the fields are matching the ones that we want, make sure that there's no empty values, or if there's empty values, they have a reason. So basically make sure that the data is the most trustful possible. Second, structure this data. So we need to find a way to relate data, relate information from, for example, if you work with Excel, I love to use Excel to not only to clean, but also to structure my information. Sometimes you have different tables and you need to find a way to relate them, or in order to use a pivot table, for example, you need to make sure that it has a structure on this data and is the same on the same report. And then my favorite part is visualize. Here you can is the part where we create the graphs, the charts, where you start seeing things happening in a more easy way. And to be honest, for me, is my favorite part of it. And now let's see an example on how this works. So after we clean, after we structure, now we visualize the data, basically. So here we can identify, and with this we can identify patterns and trends. So transactional services were the most affected ones, let's say, as an example. The increase of incidents in the transactional services lead to a drop of 5% of revenue. This we can see also that there's an increase of incidents quarter by quarter. So we are starting to relate three different metrics. Logging access. Teams are performing quick and efficient on these incidents with low MTTR. They are on average quarter by quarter happening on the same amount. And we can see that the MTTR is low. So here give us more input on how we cross information. DDoS attack, another example, with low or no end user impact. So although it's happening with increase on the last two quarters, we can see that there's basically no impact. Now, we have different topics, different information that we crossed. How can we prioritize the things that we need to do? And how we're going to do that is by using a prioritization matrix. So every time that you don't know how to prioritize, just look at this. It's very easy. I love this tool. And here basically we're gonna cross again your urgency with impact. So we're gonna understand what is the critical thing that we need to address the most. And as for my experience, I know that on the previous graph, the transactional services will be the first one to address, followed by the login access and the DDoS attack, due to the cross information. But every time that you can have here this prioritization matrix that helps you understand what can you do. And with this, after you implement, after you address the things, you can see, then compare year by year how your efforts result in a positive way of working and a positive revenue for the company. You can see that using the insights of incident report and understanding what's going on, you will be able to see a decrease on your incidents, increase on the MTTR, on SLOs, and reduce the the impact for customers, which returns in a higher revenue for the different companies. And this is not only internally, so these improvements are like a cycle, so like a symbiosis, if you got my point, because customers experience also improves. Customers get the service gets more popularity among customers. One friend tells the other friend, the family says, comment, this service is reliable. You guys need to try it. So basically, by improving our platform, we can improve customer satisfaction, which again will improve the company and will help companies expand and gain popularity along the market that are operating. So yeah, moving on, how also incident reports can give you more insights on other areas. Let's talk about resource allocation. Resource allocation. So there's a new project in the company, or there's a development or something that we need to fix. Came from an incident, for example, and we're gonna define what we need to do. We're gonna plan the actions, and now is the part where identify the technical resources needed and identify the workforce needed. Here is where incident management report can give a big insight into this. With the incident management report, we can see that we have X amount of incidents, and this took us X amount of developers and this amount of hours. With this information, with the gathering more and more information throughout the different months, we can understand that in order to tackle certain type of issues, we will need more or less people. So here is where incident management report can give a big insight on this. And after, implement 6 points, follow up, document everything, see how this then impact, and use the incident management report to understand how was the development and how these actions that were just taken by the company improve the company on the incident part of it. Sorry, and the benefits are clear: best MTTR, best SLOs, increase on the GGR, and my favorite one, employee satisfaction. With less work, with best resource allocation, people feel less stress, they work better, they are happier at work, and this only brings benefits to the company. Now, with all of this said, and to conclude the presentation, let's see how revolutionizing incident reaction can happen with the incident management report. We saw all of these steps till now, and we can collect information with every single thing. By learning our past, we can prevent or predict till an extent the future. This is just a representation on how we can just start implement alerts and preventive actions before things happen, because we learn now that things might happen this way or that, so we can prevent them to happen and be more preventive than reactive. We can improve our platform and increase our stability on the platform to reduce the amount of incidents that we have. And all of this will lead to increase of the revenue that can be translated into more investment into the platform. Again, learning our past can teach us a lot of ways to tackle the situations and to act in the more preventive way and not so reactive. And that was it for me, guys. I hope you enjoy. I hope I was able to waken up a little bit of curiosity in yourselves about reporting, and hope to see you soon.